Hello, dear souls. How are you? I hope you're fine. And if you haven't met me before, I'm Andora Rose. I'm from Sweden, and I work as an energy healer, a quantum healer, and I also have song healing that I offer. And hopefully I will post that in one video coming up very soon, and also angelic guidance, of course. And I host retreats and courses online and or on site. So yeah, that's me. So the guides have been talking about me posting this video or making this video for some time now, and now it felt like, oh, I really need to make this video. So this video is about protection, and the basic understanding on why you need protection at all is to imagine you, all of us, all the light beings or the planetary workers or whatever you'd like to call us, the awakened ones or so. All of us, we walk around like light bulbs. Okay, so we're pure light. So think about, let's say that the planet is just dark, and then the people that incarnate into this world, they have this light, and you just see the light. So if I'm a light bulb and you're a light bulb and some of your friends are light bulbs and so on, that makes it very easy to find us, right? And I mean, everyone who incarnates has light. I'm not saying that other people don't have light. It's not like that. It's just mainly that the people that work on themselves, they develop spiritually and personally. Their light start to shine even brighter. And so it's very, very easy for us to be found by people that want to hurt us, or energies that want to hurt us. Okay, I'm not here to freak you out. I have the solution for everything, and it's easy. I promise you that. And so the thing is that our light is shown to anyone who wants to see us, okay? And as soon as we have a feeling that is some kind of negative, like a feeling as stress, or we feel anxiety, we're worried, we're sad, all of those feelings, those kind of feelings are food for negative entities. Since they see us shine so bright, they find us, okay? It's not like they don't see other people as well. I'm not saying that. It's just mainly to understand. I'm just trying to show you a picture of why you need protection, okay? So they see all the other people, even those who are completely in the 3D matrix, and they're just living about their lives. So they're really attacked. Some of them, and most of them, I'd say, most people on Earth are really attacked if they don't know how to protect themselves. And so anyway, we have this light, and we have all of these kind of feelings that perhaps we're not finished with them. We haven't learned our lessons yet. Most of us haven't. So that's why we sometimes have those feelings, and that is a part of being a human being. So what I'm trying to say here is that when negative entities find you, they attach to you, and depending on how large the entity is, or how dark it is, it affects you. And it can affect you in so many different ways. Like, I have seen people that go from being like all happy and everything is fine, they're working on their spiritual path and everything is just great, and then suddenly things start to shift. Things are hard, things are so sad, they're crying a lot, they can't really move on, and they have the feeling of getting stuck, and they start to ask questions. What am I doing here on earth? Is this important? Perhaps it's better for me to leave earth, suicide thoughts. So I've seen this. And then when I have removed the entities, it's like a new person. It's like it's woken up from this horrible nightmare that they've been through. Okay? And what I'm trying to say here is that not everyone has this kind of experience, but I certainly have myself. I've been so attacked, so extremely attacked, but that was also because I had this is my job, to notice when someone is attacked, and the best way to learn how to see that is to experience it. So I had that in my soul contract, that I was going to be extremely attacked, but also that I was going to be extremely good at removing negative entities from people or places. Like I removed the worst kind of things, the kind of negative beings. Perhaps they're all like demons and so on. I remove them, even though they've been there for ages and affected so many people, if it's a place or so. So we all have our own paths, but I'd say the most common thing is when you just feel like I'm stuck and I feel low, my vibration isn't that high, more or less like that. And this is something that we're so used to. We're not taught about this when we're young as children, which we should. We should be taught about these things, because or at least we should be taught about our auric field. How does my aura look like? Is there a hole in it? Okay, then I need to mend it. So this is so important. I can't stress how important this is in order for you to check your aura every day. Make sure it is whole, all around you, like above you, on the sides, beneath you, behind you, and in front of you, like everywhere. And if there is a hole and you see like perhaps a black hole, or you can just see that there are tears in it, just imagine that you're in this pillar of light and that is connected to the middle of the earth. And then you bring that energy up into your body, and then you take some of that golden frequency, that kind of energy, grounding energy, and you mend it. You can literally do like this, like I'm mending my aura, okay, like this. Until you see with your third eye or your inner vision that, okay, now it feels like it's whole. And I mean, I see a lot, like visually, I get a lot of visual messages from the guides, but not everyone does that, and that's okay. Perhaps you just feel, okay, I feel there's a tear here. I feel there is a draft, perhaps. I feel there is a, it's like, yeah, there's something wrong here. And then you just put this kind of energy there. So this is one extremely important thing that you should do every day. And when you've done that, you can imagine or visualize that you put a disco ball around on the outside of your aura. Because a disco ball has mirrors, right? It's made of mirrors, which means that every time anyone wants to steal your energy, and now I'm not talking like the negative ones, or yeah, it could be negative ones as well, but energy thieves, like it could be your colleague, the one that you work with every day, because that person hasn't checked their aura and they're leaking their energy, so the energy is just removed from them all the time. And this means that that person feels a lack of energy. And when he or she comes and sit next to you and talk to you and you have your energy, that person tries to steal your energy because you have some extra. So this is how we just go about every person. Like, there is a hole there in that aura and in other auras and all of that. And this means that we're just stealing energies from each other, which is not helpful. And this is particularly in like this field with energy healing. How many energy healers haven't been attacked after they have sent energy healing to someone else? Okay, so the client is there, comes to raise their vibration, comes to be to you so you can help that person. And what you end up doing, if you're not in control of your aura and your energy field, what happens is that you just remove and take all of your client's darkness into you. And that's not helping anyone either, because then you need to go to someone else and get help from that person. And this only stops unless the person who gives the energy healing doesn't actually bring it on to her or himself. If that person finally asks the guides to remove it all and it goes away. So I think this is extremely common. That is what the guides say, that this is what we do. So that's why they wanted me to make this video, just to help people to be aware of this. Perhaps they're aware, but they don't know what to do about it. So I have this great solution for it. So wait for it. Anyway, so you have then put the disco ball around your aura and you have mended your aura. Fine. And please do this while you do your heart meditation every morning. So it's done. And you can do it before you go out of bed in the morning, because it's like, yeah, there's no point to wait. So you just jump into your heart, you put your hands on your heart, and you go from your thoughts, you jump down into your heart. And here you can remove the ego. Ego is another video. But I will make another video about the ego later on. But anyway, you remove the ego, and the ego, you can just visualize that you take off clothes until you're pure light, and that's it. And then you go into your inner room in your heart, and there you just connect to the pillar of light or the ankh, depending on if you have put your ankh there. So and this pillar of light goes from the universe and then all the way through your body, through your chakras, and all the way down to the middle of the earth. And this grounding energy from the earth and also from the central sun in the universe, it comes down and up. It's just pulsating through you. And this is where you're supposed to be. It's like if you have any questions, or did I forget anything? I'm in the grocery store and I forgot what I was going to buy. You can just go into your heart and go into the pillar of light, and you're there. You can just receive whatever it is that the universe wants to remind you of. And of course, this is something you need to practice on if you haven't, but that is basically it, how you communicate with your guides. And so now you got that as well. Okay, so the next thing, which is like the most powerful protection that I've ever come across, and it's called the Maharic Shield. And the Maharic Shield looks like this. So here you can see the Maharic Shield of the earth. Here, and they're like these two. And then there is one up here, and it goes through you. And what's so interesting about the Maharic Shield is that this shield goes up to the 12th dimension. And negative entities and energies can only reach the 11th dimension, which means that you become invisible when you use the Maharic Shield. And this is so important because, you know what I talked about, the light bulbs that we are, they can't see us. They can't see us. So that's why it's so, for me these days, when I remove like really, really heavy stuff from places or people, and I can just do it with ease because they can't see me. They're just like, what's happening? And I see like they're looking around and they're like, why are we removed from this place? Before the Maharic Shield came into my life and I started to use it, so I could definitely see the negative entities because they were like looking into my eyes and trying to scare me off. And I wasn't scared either, but it made me uncomfortable. I always felt protected, but sometimes I got something on me, but this was really heavy stuff that I was working on. So I knew that if I had something on, my guides will always help me to remove it later on. And if you know light language, if you speak light language, I recommend that completely. That is like so powerful to remove negative entities, because you can't go to a person's life and say, oh, I want to remove my negative entities. I think I really have negative entities on me, so please remove them for me. Okay, so then the energies will understand because they listen. They're not that smart. They're not that clever, but they are. So they can definitely move from your aura and then come back afterwards if we talk. So that's why I usually I always say to my clients when I offer them my sun healing, and then I say, okay, now I'm going to give you some light language, and I'll tell you afterwards what I've done. And when I do that, the entities, they don't understand. And even though if I say this now, they won't understand the next time if you need my help. So the Maharic shield, like this again, the only thing that you need to do is basically to visualize, or you do it like you imagine you do it. You bend down and you try to reach this. In this, you can imagine that it's beneath your feet. It's in the Earth Star chakra. Okay, so you imagine you just bend down, and then you take hold this, and you bring it up, all the way up to your stellar gateway chakra. Okay, so you just go down and you bring it all the way up to stellar gateway chakra, and then you say, activate my Maharic shield. So 3 times. Activate my Maharic shield. That's it. So easy, right? So easy. So in order for this to work completely, I'd say you need to practice quite a lot to do it, because it's like a muscle. If you want to be strong, you need to practice. So do it anytime that you remember to do it over the day, and at least every morning before you get out of bed, and every evening before you fall asleep. So in the beginning I did it before every client, after every client, and in between every time, because I really wanted to be protected. And especially if you work like me as an energy healer, I really recommend it, because you will feel so much better and you won't feel like you're not protected anymore. So use that, and these days I only do it in the morning and in the evening, and then that's fine. That's enough. So I don't even need to do it now before I have a client. Sometimes I do anyway, but usually I don't, because I'm invisible to the dark ones. Yeah, so that is the main things that I wanted to talk about protection. So really remember to check your aura for holes and tears every day. Mend it and put the disco ball around it. After that, you bring up the Maharic shield all the way up to stellar gateway chakra, and then you say, activate my Maharic shield. That's it. And when I do that, and when I say that, I feel the Maharic shield like pew, goes out like this from my heart. Please write in the comments and see if you have any experiences with this, or if you have any questions, please write in the comments. You can always email me at info@andorarose.love, and if you want to check out my website, it's www.andorarose.love, and I'm also on social media and of course YouTube here. So please write if you have any questions, any comments, and let me know how you did, and how it goes, because this is so important. And please share this video if you like it with anyone you think might need it. And press the like button as well. It would help me so much if you did. And subscribe to my channel if you like this. So that would help me so much if you did. And I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.